Good evening, race fans. We're about 5 minutes from qualifying. I'm just quickly sharing the links on social media, so get settled in, watch a few cars, and we'll be with you shortly. Hey guys and girls, can you hear me? Are we still streaming? We've got 6 people watching. Let me know who's there. We've got our qualifying's just started. Sorry, they kicked me out. Everyone's on their outlap, I think, still. We're about to get lap 1 underway. If you can hear me, just say hi. Let me know how your race went, if you enjoyed the combo. Good evening, Rusty. Nice to see you. Mr. Snakey, how'd your race go? You're in pool 1 next week. Back to pool 1 for Rusty. I unfortunately had the first time ever I went into the pits for the first stop and my car just sat in the pits. No tyre change, no fuel. So I said cancel and it still sat there for another 3 minutes. So I had to exit and have a DNF for a change. So back to pool 4. We got Cads out on his first fly, followed by Mr. Poo Tang Man. DNG's here tonight, Ghost Killer's back in pool 1, Uncle Baby, Thunderdome, Steel Sam, D-Man. What else we got here? We've got OJJDS, Josh, True, Jensen. Looks like 12 guys tonight. Unlucky, but not much we can do. I think it's one of those things that happen. First time it's ever happened to me, which is weird, but it is what it is. Next week's go-kart, so I'm sure I can get my way back into pool 3 with the karts. It's always something I've enjoyed and made up a pool when I've raced them. Cad's coming through to finish his first lap takes a very wide exit. You can see Mr. Tangman went closer. It's a 29.7 from Cads, flying 1.3 seconds faster than Mr. P. Mr. DNG coming through, not going quite as wide. He goes second. Ghost Killer coming through. Parabolica, had to think about it. It's got Thunderdome right behind, catching a slipstream. Ghost Killer goes, they're all saying 12th for some reason. They on outlaps, that's why they pitted earlier for fuel. So they're on their first flyer. They're going to start on harder tires, it seems. So at the moment it's Cads, DNG, Mr. P, Uncle Babby, D-Man, Truce. Uncle Babby's not going to improve his last lap because he's got a penalty. Oh wait, we've got 2 laps to go. Sorry, they'll squeeze in a 4th lap, most of the guys. Those Cads improving already into the 29s is impressive. He's got the center helmet and is that Sam livery. Toyota takes a very wide line through that last turn, but track limits don't give you a penalty, it's valid. Right to inside, he improves his time again, 29.6. Mr. P does a 30.4. DNG coming through, is he going to improve? He does, he goes second just, 29.8. Uncle Babby stays 4th, 6th place for Steel Sam. D-Man comes across, he goes up to 4th. Ghost Killer goes up to 3rd. Also in the 29s, 29.8. But OJ's gone across 30.0, 31.0, 31.1 for D-Man, Uncle Babby. And we're still going to have a couple of guys coming through on their last lap, so let's go find the guys that pitted. Have they gone through it? So yeah, Thunderdome 30.2, he's up to 4th. Ghost Killer's, I think the other one that, did he pit? Yeah, he did 2 out laps. So possibly not starting on the hard tyres right up at the front. Anything can happen on the last lap. If you're like me, second on the first run and then 3 tenths up and go and touch the grass under braking and throw your lap away around about here. Can Cads improve? Nope, he exits to the pits. Ghost Killer, is he going to come? So the guys pitting, it obviously gives a little bit of a mixed up order. Can't see if anyone goes quickest, but we might have a few people out of position from what it's showing. While we're starting, just a big shout out to TGN Racing Simulators, Trackart, Rhino Utilities and Right Recruitment, our sponsors for the season. So TGN, they're having a little, I think it's a Mazda MX-5 competition at their shop, Cape Town and Joburg. Time trial, fastest lap wins $1,000. So go down, check it out. Maybe you can show us your MX-5 skills. Tell them you're from Gtsa, you might even get a discount or something. We're about to start the race. And yeah, we'll see what the grid lineups now. So it's Cads, DNG, Ghost Killer, Thunderdome, Mr. P, OJJDS, D-Man, Steel Sam, Uncle Babby, Truce, Josh, Jensen. That's your top 12. I'm not sure where the other 3 drivers are today. Might grid start. We're going to see if everyone gets through turn 1 safely. Sean, welcome. Cads is using boost. Thunderdome coming through from 4th to 2nd. Ghost Killer up to 3rd, he stays 2nd, sorry. So, got a few guys, DNG's on mediums. Thunderdome on mediums, Ghost Killer on mediums, Cads on mediums. D-Man's the first driver on softs. He's in 6th place. Oh, my word. Mr. P just caught some airtime there. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. Hashtag airtime. Jensen 11th. Got a bunch of Sam guys rocking, it looks like, Jordan liveries. Still Sam. Got some damage there front and back. Jensen's right. Mr. Tangman's only got a little bit of damage from that air time that he got. Josh currently in 9th, D-Man 8th, Uncle Baby 7th, Truce 6th, DNG 5th, OJ 4th, Thunderdome 3rd, Ghost Killer in 2nd with that lovely Aston Martin livery, and Cads in the lead at the moment. So, who's your money on, guys? Cad's looking strong. You can never write off Ghost Killer or Thunderdome. We've got some very fast, high downforce drivers from Sam in the field, Cads and Babby. We'll see how it goes. Again, let us know how your race went in the comments. If any of my normal, regular assistant commentators feel like joining me, Trivs is busy, Rub I think is still unavailable, so jump in, say hi, save the other people from having to listen to me for 40 minutes. I'm sure they'll more than appreciate that. D-Man's our only soft run. He was up to 6, but now he's back to 8, so he must have got pushed wide a bit. And his problem is, even if he does get back on the back of that 7th, 6th train, he's going to have a lot of dirty air. And he's got Josh behind him there, medium. Still Sam's the only other soft runner, so soft is in 8th and 12th at the moment. And they're going to have to run the mediums later when the other guys switch over. Cad's got a 1 second lead from Ghost Killer. He's 1 second from Thunderdome. A lot of this race is about dirty air, so we can see Thunderdome coming out the corner was using a bit of boost. Ghost Killer's still got quite a bit. Cad's even more. So you actually don't want to, or you can use it whenever, but use it maybe to keep in the slipstream if you feel you're dropping off a little bit, or save it for when everyone else has run out of theirs and when you're in the dirty air and battling to pass later, and use your boost. I don't know, what was your strategies? I was saving mine, but then I got disconnected or stuck. Ghost Killer looks like he's closing a 10th or 2, but once you're within half a second, that dirty air, you really got to compensate for it. Look at that shot there. OJJDS is known as the King of Monza, so we're expecting some good results from him tonight. Thunderdome's just dropped back about a couple tenths from Ghost Killer, but nothing to worry about too much at the moment. It's got a bit of a combo Jordan livery there, some Sassel Jordan at the back, the 7-Up Jordan in the middle, and then the yellow Jordan at the front. It's quite the livery. Well done Thunderdome if you made that, or to whoever did, great job. There's OJ in the Pace livery, big Gtsa on the back wing. He's got his old Daniel Ricciardo Australian flag sitting on the end of the fin. In the front wings, Mr. DNG is now right behind him. He's got those mediums warmed up and he's looking to move through the field. Truth is 6 right on the back of that train, and then he's got another Sam driver, Uncle Babby, right behind him. through the field looking for some battles. Uncle Baby picks up half-second penalty. He's going to have to serve there coming through the last straight here. That should just maybe be able to hang on ahead of D-Man if he goes defensive. Use some of that boost to get going, hold the inside line, and he should be able to defend that from D-Man, which he does so far. It's going to give D-Man a nice slipstream down the front straight though. You can see D-Man hasn't used really much of his boost yet. He doesn't seem to be using it now. We've got Superman saying best of luck to Bryson and OJ, the pace boys. We need Manny back in the front runners here. He's one of the quickest guys out there. Michael Baby holds off at D-Man. Yeah. D-Man softs on lap 5 already. Showing a bit of wear. They're not too bad at the moment. Should make lap 12, around about 10, 12, somewhere there. What was everyone's strategy? Post in the comments. Let us know. Did it work? Did it not work? So we've got Josh, who's 26 seconds back, and Steel Sam, they both, I think, had a slow lap somewhere. I think Steel Sam might have done one lap on hard or mediums and then pitted. We've got Josh on the mediums. He had a very slow third lap. Doesn't look like he pitted though, so Rusty medium, hard, soft. I'll tell you a funny story. I actually meant to have it set to just hards. My plan was to run 12-12-1, but when I saved it, I must have reloaded. We have Steel Sam going straight in the background. When I saved the lobby and reopened it for everyone to copy, it somehow reverted to the original must use all tires. It's back underway. So we've got Ghost Killer still within a second of CAD, sitting right behind him. CAD's still saving a lot of boost though. Ghost Killer's used a little bit more. Thunderdome 1.8 back, still saving some of his. OJ also with half left. It's not so much how much you have, it's where you use it. I always find it's best using it out the slow corners. You can hold it down the straight and it gives you a few seconds. Rav saying the lobby's very yellow tonight. Sam's showing off, so we've got quite a few Sam guys in here, but we have a few independents and we've got 2 pace drivers there. OJ, one of them has a big slide. He's going to lose 4th there. Should hold on to 5th though. There's one more mistake like that costs you a second or 2 and you drop back into the pack. OJ is not going to take that line down though. King of Monza, he'll be fighting back. Meanwhile, Thunderdome, top 3 now have a bit of a gap. Thunderdome's 3 seconds off the lead, Ghost Killer's 1 second, and then they have 3 seconds back to OJ, who's got back ahead of Mr. DNG somehow there, as I left. Must have had a better exit of Parabolica, or used a whole lot of boost. But he's back up to 4th. Mr. DNG looking for the outside, which switches into the inside line. OJ defending, but they leave each other space. Great driving there by the 2 of them. No contact. You hold your breath and hope the other driver is going to not have a slide or something. Both did a great job. True's trying to hold on the back here, and then we've got Uncle Babby and D-Man just behind this battle. So at the moment it's a 3-way battle for 4th. And then 7th and 8th having their own little fight. There they go. We've got Jensen on a lonely ninth at the moment, 3 seconds behind and 20 seconds ahead. Mr. P's had an incident somewhere, a very slow lap. I found that in my 12 laps that I managed to race, every second, almost every lap coming through Lesmo 1 and 2, I saw yellow flags somewhere. I don't know if you guys had a whole lot of people spinning off or meeting barrier. Yeah, Rev saying what I was saying, using a lot of boost early, you'd keep it cuts off, but I'm assuming same for later on. JOO, you also missing from pool 1 here. The pace guys are slacking. Joking, I know work and other commitments keep you guys busy this season, but great to have you with us, and you still have 2 pool 1 drivers. Ghost Killer being one of them, still right on Cads. It's actually got slightly less fuel, fraction. Thought he might be saving a little bit in the slipstream there, but that dirty air is dangerous. Thunderdome's managed to catch half a second. Sting saying pool 6, turn 1, they had 4 guys quit after damage. They shouldn't quit. That's rage quitting's actually against the rules, but pool 6, it's not like we're going to drop the guys, but if you get damage you report it, you carry on with your race and leave it up to the stewards panel. Thunderdome seems to be one of the quickest guys on track at the moment. Top 3, all their tyres are pretty similar. Lap 8 goes by, they're all still going through. 4.6 backs OJ after his little mishap. He's now opened up a second on Mr. DNG though. Obviously has just a little bit more pace, but he's lost the toe on that front pack. DNG's got 3 seconds on D-Man. Uncle Babby's got another half-second penalty. He's currently 7th. Jensen 8th. True 9th. And then we've had a few guys pit. Mr. P had an incident. I think he might have pitted on the last lap to get rid of the damage. No, he's still got old tyres, nor me. We've had Steel Sam pit for hards. Jay, this race was, he's saying that his work's got him tied down, but this was a perfect arrive and drive for him. Monza, fast, high downforce cars, late reveal settings. Three-way battle for the lead continues, only 1.9 seconds separating them. Thunderdome's used a bit more fuel and boost than the 2 ahead of him, so he's going to have to maybe use strategy here to do an undercut, or we'll have to see what happens. I think most of the guys are doing 12 or 13 laps on mediums, 10 or 11 on softs and 1 on hard. We'll see if anyone tries something different here coming up to start the 10th lap. Okay, it's soaking in the pressure, 1.1 seconds ahead of Ghost Killer. He's got Thunderdome now, 7 tenths behind him in the dirty air. OJ is hanging on. Rav says that Thunderdome's going to make gains later. I'm wondering, Rav is available on chat, or you're not available on your PlayStation? Well, come join my chat party and give us some exciting commentary for the last 15 laps. OJ currently has keeping that 1.3 gap roughly, as I say, that comes down half a second and then goes back up a little bit. DNG must have gone quick into a corner and then had a slow exit. But yeah, he's got a second, almost 2 now on Mr. DNG, who's got 4 seconds on D-Man. Jensen 1.3 back. I think all of the runners at the front are still on the mediums currently. Uncle Babby's down to 9th. He's the one that dropped back just now. Must have had an incident. You can see lap 9 he did at 35. They lost 3 seconds or so, and that's dropped him a couple places. He's going to fight back, as we know. True's just gone wide and got a 1.5 second penalty. We caught it in the corner of my screen there. So it's going to give Uncle Babby back 8th place shortly. blue flag for Steel Sam. He's about to get lapped by Cads. Cads had put a bit of time on Ghost Killer, but he has a bit of a slide coming out the chicane and loses three tenths. Ghost Killer's under pressure now from Thunderdome. But Double O, did you at least win your pool? Where did you come? See, you saying you had to channel your inner Lewis. Thunderdome's gone past Ghost Killer as we're talking there while I was reading the messages. Must have run a little bit wide. Thunderdome's flying at the moment. He's closing in on Cads as well. Nice consistent pace, half a second quicker than the fastest lap at the moment. You see in the mirror there, Ghost Killer still right behind him. Thunderdome, aka formerly RBS GT Racing. Let's just look at this Eddie Jordan tribute. We've got the Bitten and Hisson front, 7 up side, middle, and the Sassel rear. Shout out to whoever made that. Thunderdome loses a few tenths there to Cads. Cads possibly using a bit of boost. Thunderdome and Ghost Killer have used more. Cads has got quite a bit in hand compared to them at the moment. It's a 12th lap, so I'm guessing we possibly will see a pit stop this lap, maybe next. Get the mediums off, go run 10 laps on softs and then one hard at the end. You might want to gamble and put a hard on now, but you don't want to get stuck in the pack. So front runners probably best just to go for the quicker tyre. Someone like Ghost Killer, who's in third at the moment, Thunderdome gets a half-second penalty, but he does have a second and a half on Ghost Killer, so he should hold on to the place. Cads has enough fuel for one more lap. Ghost Killer needs to come in. Thunderdome, I think, needs to come in. Ghost Killer, maybe. OJ has still got a little bit, but possibly also in this lap. Same for Mr. DNG, so Cads is looking quite comfortable at the moment. He might just pit for tyre's sake, but stay on schedule, but he's got a fair amount of fuel there. And let's see if everyone follows the same strategy. Cads is going through, taking that one more lap. We've got Thunderdome and Ghost Killer had to come in due to fuel usage. 1 and 8% left for Ghost Killer. Ghost could have made a lap, but I think the tyres it's better. OJ goes through for one more. King of Monza, Mr. DNG's in. He had 5% fuel. Uncle Baby goes through. Truce comes in. Was a 2-second penalty. D-Man he's started on the softs. He's on the hards and coming in, so he's going to now put mediums to the end. This is where D-Man's charge for the race starts, because he's got the hards out the way already. Mr. P goes through. Josh is coming in. Still Sam's been in already. So you see Cads currently 6 seconds over OJ. OJ being freed up. They both should be in this lap. Sting says Cads is going to cook after the stop. Let me not jinx it, but he ran 28s before the update. We saw 29s in qualifying. Low fuel and fresh tyres, you could show you that would get you a little bit quicker. Can't remember, did Cads win a race this season? Can any of the Sam supporters tell me? It's looking very strong this one. We'll see what happens now though. Mr. DNG's got ahead of Ghost Killer in the pits. So Cads is in. OJ is going to have to come in. Both on 1% fuel. Rav has joined the party. Time to make things interesting and to get the party started. Rav, how's Kimberly today? Once you can hear me. Uncle Baby is also in, so Cads now comes out from the lead. So it was about a 1.5 second lead. It's now a 6.5 second or 6 second lead. so that extra lap. Cads is onto hards, Thunderdome's onto hards, DNG's on hards. Ghost Killer came out on softs, but he's stuck behind Mr. DNG, and this is killing Ghost Killer's race. I think they might even let OJ come out ahead of him. No, OJ's come out in 6, just behind with Jensen. OJ's also on softs, Jensen's on hards. So OJ and Ghost Killer, the pace guys, are going to have a problem with the hard runners ahead.
Good evening, I am in.
Good day, Rav, all the way from the Kruit, Kaichi and Kimberley. Jensen gets all kinds of sideways on the hards there. OJ is coming past around the outside on the softs, and he gets through. It's good news for him. Ghost Killer is still behind Mr. DNG. DNG's on his hard lap. Thunderdome's on hards. Cads is on hard, so Cads has his lead, but he also didn't fuel at stop. Thunderdome has put a little bit, but not full tank of fuel. I think that 5.8 that we have can still close back a little bit at the end of this lap when they put their softs on. They're going to softs now, sorry. Well, so Cads is in 4% fuel, 6.1 second gap, 13% fuel for Thunderdome. Mr. DNG goes through on his hards for another lap. Ghost Killer goes through on his softs. Ghost Killer must be stressing to get past the hards on DNG here. I think that if it was me, I'd just get right behind him now through a chicane and then hold my boost button just to get past. It's costing him huge amounts of time. OJ's also gone through. He's on softs, so Ghost Killer and OJ on softs. Cads is now out on softs in 4th place. Uncle Babby's on hards. Thunderdome's now on his softs. He's done his last stop. He's 18.8.
I think Mr. DNG is really playing a team game there for Cads, just to give him a lot more breathing room, keeping Ghost Killer behind, giving him no chance to come back.
While we were away, Ghost Killer
I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, Ghost Killer did what I suggested. I'm sure he's gone past and used his boosts, and he's already a second ahead of Mr. DNG. OJ is now the next one coming up behind him. But DNG is definitely the cork in the bottle. Cads is currently in 4th, 13.5 seconds behind Ghost Killer, both on softs, but Ghost Killer still needs to pit. There's a quick pit stop. If you've got enough fuel just for tyres, unless it's my game where you go into the pits and it just gets stuck and you sit there with the clock going. Thunderdome, he is behind, caught up to Uncle Babby now. He was 2.5 seconds behind. He's right behind him on soft, so he needs to get through quickly. He's 18.5 off the lead, where Cads is 13.5, so that gap's come down in the pits as we suspected, 5 seconds only, but he needs to get past Uncle Babby, who comes in.
Yeah,
so
Cads is also in clear air on his soft tires, so he's actually got the best kind of run there. I think Thunderdome might have maybe lost another half a second staying behind Uncle Babby.
Just through
Not
that last
too dangerous,
sector.
but still enough. Yeah, just enough to give Cads a little bit more breathing room.
Yeah, DNG is still second. He's only 1.2 behind Ghost Killer. He's running great pace on the hards. His fuel's low though, so he's going to have to come in this lap, I'm sure. OJ is catching him within a second. Surprised Ghost Killer he did a 30.0 last time around. Thunderdome
probably still coming to terms with the softs now.
So the fun thing about Monza is once you're on the straight, you actually don't lose any time, but then you go into the corner and you see him lose a couple more tenths.
Yep, major difference between the softs and the hards.
DNG is doing a great job here though, but he has to come in now. He's going to give OJ a little toe down the straight, and he pulls out the way, comes in. He's going to do a shortest soft stint, so prepare to see him charging through the field. OJ still needs to stop for softs on the last lap, same with Ghost Killer. Cads is he stayed 13.8 behind, 13.5, 13.8, so they're doing the same pace. Thunderdome's pulled back almost the second to last lap, he set the fastest lap of the race at 30.5. Thing is, if he cooks his tyres or not. I think currently the battle for the win's probably between Cads and Thunderdome.
Possibly.
I think it's just over.
Never know. Maybe
20.
Ghost Killer might come back, but it'll be a tough climb to get back in the running.
So it's 13.3, 18.3, 18.2 from Ghost Killer to Thunderdome. I think it's just over 20. How far is Baby behind now?
Yeah, and then Ghost Killer still has to do and OG needs to do the run on the odds, so they're going to be losing a lot of time on that last lap as well.
Yeah, as well, correct.
It'll have to be a very strong defense. And I see Stings and Kodiwe doing the whole water leakage thing. Poor Leclerc. Must be the water. That was brilliant.
The most
Perfect Ferrari strategies.
Yeah. So while we...
I think Cads has won before. He's won a couple weeks back. I'm so not with him for this season, but...
We had a Sam domination in the one race, so it was very possible. You chat while I'll go look it up quickly.
Yeah, okay. Wait, words of wisdom. Wish you could make the... What? Do duplicate? Yeah, okay. It's nice to see, although momentarily it's a pace 1-2, although they still have to do their pit stops, but it is nice to see. We don't know. OJ and Mr. DNG, they've been battling for a good couple of laps, as I seen when I was watching through on my phone. And yeah, so we're gonna see, is that overcut gonna work for OJ, or is the undercut gonna work for, well, the difference in strategy is gonna work for Mr. DNG, which I think it should. I think DNG might be in clear air right now, or closing up to cruise speed, and we'll see. I don't know if they're going to be battling, or if it's going to be some team orders. It'll be nice to see the teammates battling as well with each other. But yeah, Cads is really looking on a run for a win. If he keeps going, and Man setting the fastest lap with a 130.199, just under 130.2. Guys are flying here, but everyone, you can see the laps are so close together. All these fastest laps separated by the hundredths. Window registrations open again in a while, Crocodile. We'll have to see first what the prep is going to be for the next season. But there is still a couple of races in this season. Kavan Owie?
Yeah. This is only race 5.
You can still join.
Yeah, there's still 7 to go after this.
What is it, 7?
Yeah, 12 race season.
Why did I feel like it's less? So at least I have chance to climb back at least. I think I'll be joining you a lot more on these streams, just for this season. I think I might miss another race or so on. Might be when I'm in East London. Going to visit. I'm going to make a lunch break there by Stephen. Maybe we'll do some dual commentary.
Coming to you live from the coffee shop.
From the coffee shop.
Or the pub, one of the 3.
You're taking your PlayStation with to the pub.
We'll have to go find a TGN racing simulators in East London. Not yet, there might be one eventually. I hear P's on the cards. Durban as well. Cads has lost about a second to Ghost Killer, but obviously Ghost Killer is running a little bit less fuel. Gaps up to 14.6 to the lead. Thunderdome's taken another half a second back. He's only 4 seconds behind. Problem for Thunderdome is even if he catches up with the 5-6 laps remaining, he still has to try and find a way past. And if we look at boost, Cads has half his boost left. Thunderdome only has just over a quarter. OJ's has almost finished, same thing with Ghost Killer. So I think Cads is still looking quite strong here. The guys ahead need about 7-8 seconds to come out in front of him, and then they'd still have the hards on. So it's looking like a battle.
I still think worn softs will still trump new hards.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing
especially
is,
in these cars with such downforce and traction as well. I see, as the Mr. O is saying, used to be in GT Sport, in GTSSA. Oh, the
yeah,
glory days.
we lost the S and gained a 7.
Yeah,
Same place though. So we got DNG
same
5th.
place.
DNG's made his way back to 5th after his strategy and doing those quick laps on hards. He's on his softs now, nice fresh ones. So should be able to pull away from Jensen. He did a 30.9 last time round. Jensen 30.6. So his tyres are a bit more worn though. True's in 7. He's got a 1 second penalty. Uncle Baby's down in 8th currently. Flying along pace-wise. D-Man in 9th. Mr. P has the fastest lap at 30.1 on lap 17. He's in 10th. Those couple spins cost him a lot of time. Josh is 11th and 12th is Steele. But good news for Steele Sam. Steele 8 Sam. 13th, 14th and 15th get relegated. So he might be a lap down, but he's still going to be here next week. Yeah.
So he can just experience the drive.
Yeah,
Can we agree SF19 over the SF23? Yes, I do agree. I much prefer the SF19.
I like them
there will
both.
be a lot more spins. I do like them both. Looks-wise, I prefer the SF23.
Which one's quicker?
I think the SF19 might be a bit quicker. Well, I think the SF23 is quicker, but it's a lot more dangerous. With the SF19, you can push a lot more, you can full throttle a bit more. It's just that counterbalance. If you can nail every corner, every time, every throttle input with the SF23, it will be a tad bit faster. On this track, probably like an extra half a tenth or so.
So the gap to Thunderdome's come down to 2.8. Cads has just battled a bit on the last lap. He did a 32.2. Thunderdome was a 31.0. We'll see what they do this time round. The guys ahead have also made a second, but I think they still, like I say, need about 7. They need to get to about 22, 23 seconds to come out the pits ahead. Could be wrong, because I'm forgetting that the other guys, when they did that, had to put in fuel. So we'll have to see what happens. 31.1 for Cads, 31.2 this time for Thunderdome. So the gap stabilized again at 2.8.
Yeah, so did OJ and Ghost Killer put in enough fuel to run to the end, or will they have to put in another splash? Because that just loses you, I think, about maybe a second, just that extra little splash of fuel.
Well, shout out
we'll
for
only
Uncle
find
Babby.
out on the last lap.
Uncle Babby's currently in 8th place, 35 seconds off the lead. Lap 20, he did his fastest lap and the fastest lap of the race, 30.1. I did say with his fresher tyres he'd have a little bit less fuel and would be flying. So here's 0.04 quicker than Mr. P's lap, who's in 9th. So the two fastest laps have been from 8th and 10th place.
That just shows how closely knit these drivers are.
Well, and Uncle Baby gets a penalty.
Fastest lap after fastest lap. There's been so many different fastest lap holders this race, and that's all within the same second. That's just mad. Oh. I just saw now Uncle Baby getting very squiggly there on that. Was it?
He was about to have a battle here for 7th, but this half-second penalty, he's going to have to slow down. True's tyres are looking pretty cooked at the moment. We've got 3 laps left, so you should be able to catch. Oh, True gets a 1 second. Won't serve it now. Babby will serve his. Does.
Oh. Yeah, the penalties, the track limits on this track is menacing. That 2 pixels off the course, and you get a 1 second, like Truspy has here.
Cads has stabilised his lap times. 31.2 last time, 31.0 for Thunderdome, but 3 laps to go. He needs to be about a second a lap quicker and still find a way past. So Cad's looking very strong. Anything can happen. A little slide, mistake. Gonu was saying the gents rev the piston rings out of these engines. Mia was gingerly shifting by 90%.
Yeah, the SU19s can hold if you call that bar at 100%, they can go up to like 115 before you can actually shift. But obviously that's going to use a lot of fuel. And maybe Cads compensated for that by maybe fueling in a little bit extra. Maybe that's why he also maybe fell behind a little bit. But that's surely going to come in clutch as
Ghost Killer's going to have to pit for hards and do 2 laps on them because he's run out of fuel here.
Yeah.
OJ looks like he's also going to have to. So they've obviously short fueled slightly or pushed harder than they expected on the softs. That extra lap on hard tyres isn't going to do them any favours later on here. Plus they need to put in 2 laps of petrol.
In what position can they secure?
So Cads takes the lead. Thunderdome's going to pray he gets out ahead of Ghost Killer. Ghost Killer's coming out. Thunderdome is closing. He's going to put it side by side. Do we have Lewis and Max? No. Ghost Killer backs out. They both have similar amounts of boost, and I think they're using it because the lights are glowing, but Ghost Killer isn't going to want to let the place go. OJ is 3 seconds back. Cads is only 2.4 up the road, but so they were closing in, but this is definitely not going to help Thunderdome at all.
The problem is if those tires go on to their last 10%, is going to be serious trouble for Cads and Thunderdome. So
with a lap and a half to go, they'll still be fine. Even I was driving with
that lost 15,
that sort of tire wear.
I don't know how the new tires are. Yeah, I don't know how the new tire wear system is now. If it's going to be as bad as it used to be, or is it just going to be a little bit easier to manage? I can see. I thought that gap would have closed from Ghost Killer to Thunderdome.
Yeah, that's why I say that dirty air is such a.
I suppose the dirty air, yes. Love a V10 F1 car. I mean, we have the
V8
F3500. Yeah,
that thing tries to kill us. A V10, imagine. So can Thunderdome get past Ghost Killer? That's what our last lap's about. Cads is 2.7 seconds. He's just loving that Ghost Killer's in between him and Thunderdome on hards. Thunderdome's looking like he's got a bit of a run here, but we've got a comment, so I can't see. He is using boost. I think they've both. Thunderdome's run out. Ghost Killer was using some to defend. All Thunderdome.
It's so close.
Trying around the outside. We've gone a bit too early there.
Stings, I agree with you. I think very close contention between the two. But yeah, we're not going to get any significant updates until GTA. Maybe one update that's going to be good, but...
Ghost Killer's got his boost on still. A tiny little bit he had left, just enough to defend. Just a bit of weaving down the straight to break the toe. And then we're going to see a last turn move here, maybe. Nice thing for Ghost Killer is at least his hard tires have got up to temperature, so I think that's going to be it. He's used his last sip of boost just to get that couple tenths weaving again to break the toe. I don't think he needed to, but even with all their fighting, Ghost Killer only 2 seconds behind Cads. So Cads wins, Ghost Killer second, Thunderdome third, OJ fourth.
That is F1 levels.
DNG makes it up to fifth. He got past his teammates. I don't know if there was team orders while we weren't watching, because he got past Jensen. Pulled 3 seconds. Sorry, not
lap 21 and 22.
Not DNG. I'm mixing. Uncle Babby got up to 7th. He did close in a bit on Jensen, but didn't make up that much time. D-Man 8th. Truce going to come home 9th. Mr. P 10th, Josh 11th, and 12th place for Steel Sam. Shout out to all the guys, Cads, for hanging on there. He did a 32 last time around. He was actually 6 tenths slower than Ghost Killer on the hards. 31.4 from Thunderdome, we just couldn't get past. Hashtag dirty air for Thunderdomes. So good drive. Shame he got caught up behind Mr. DNG and then Ghost Killer on hards.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's a crazy difference.
I think it would have still
shows how much.
Still battled though,
maybe
to get past Cads, because Cads even up until the last couple of laps had boost left.
Oh, that's also true.
And,
also
and
true.
they were on the same
Okay, I was gonna say
strategy, so he wouldn't have had a tyre advantage. So whether he might have caught up, but whether he would have got past, we'll never know.
that. Kanye says we must bring that car to the weighbridge just to double check.
Yeah. Just check the skid
Oh,
block
look
on
at that
number 4.
lineup. Save replay.
Skid block and weigh the cars. So Cads wins it.
Yeah, look at those lap times.
30.2, 30.4 from Ghost Killer, 30.4 from Thunderdome, 30.6 OJ, 30.1 fastest lap Mr. DNG, Jensen 30.5, Uncle Babby also 30.1. Look at the gap between Uncle Babby and Mr. DNG. DNG managed to steal it back. We didn't even notice because he did a 31.19, then Babby did a 31.15, and he did a 31.14. D-Man 8th place. Then Truth, Mr. P, Josh, and Steele. Everyone except for True got into the 30s. So he was only a 10th out. So shout out to everyone. Thanks for joining us. Next week is Chaos Karting event. You probably won't have
the first week that I'm back.
You won't have the settings tomorrow. You might have some. I'm still deciding. But there'll be some fun and games going on, and we're going to have a couple races. And we're going to have fun.
Time for Steve FIA to start working.
Yeah. Shout out again to Rhino Utilities, Sanine. If you need your solar, electric, or anything like that, give Shark a call. Right Recruitment, DC's mom. If you need a job, looking to hire, get hold of Right Recruitment. And then TGN Racing Simulators, like I said earlier, pop into their race rooms. Cape Town and Joburg, they've got a comp on at the moment. Fastest lap in a Mazda gets $1,000. And then support those who support us. Mr. Rubb, thanks for joining me, even though it was halfway. I do appreciate it.
No, it's only a pleasure.
Gives me time to take a breath, and then I don't sound quite as bad, only half as bad.
Half as bad, yeah. I'm at least safe this time around.
Cool. We shall see everyone next week.
Have a good evening, good weekend, everyone.
Wait.